Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special review impressions of a Pro-Tech knife. This is a Pro-Tech Runt that was loaned to me. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Alright, today we're going to look at the Pro-Tech Runt. This is a knife Pro-Tech's had out for a while. This particular variant is in 20 CV, so it's CPM 20 CV. Some of the newer versions right now are coming out in Magna Cut. And I was very curious about this because it seemed like a nice compact little knife that you could definitely be using and carrying and doing all sorts of stuff with. And this is definitely a user. So yeah, we're going to take a look at this. So the manufacturer is Pro-Tech. Pro-Tech designed this knife. It's in-house designed by them. The knife name is the Runt, R-U-N-T, because it's a small knife, California legal automatic. The designer or the knife manufacturer is also Pro-Tech. Pro-Tech makes these in the USA, USA-made knife. And let's talk about the materials. Aluminum scales right here, aluminum handles. It's black PVD coated. Steel aluminum clip here, excuse me, a little hiccup there. And then aluminum scales right here. So that's kind of where you get some of the cost effectiveness because they can offer this knife at a fairly reasonable price, especially size, materials, and everything. It is an automatic. It has a hex screw right there. And these are hex screws as well. The screw for the clip is T6 torque. It does have a lanyard, little place for lanyard loop if you'd want, which makes sense sometimes in a smaller knife. It has a little jimping up there, which is kind of nice when you need it. The power of this one, it is an automatic button. The button is fully recessed when you're here, so you're not going to accidentally come across and run across it. But if you do depress it, it does deploy rather strongly. So you can see that again. Let's do that again. It's a very strong deployment for such a little knife. Super strong spring. This has definitely been resharpened. You can see that nice high polished edge. It's got some edge to it, definitely sharp. This is definitely going to be a great little user. A three-finger ring, three-finger grip, I'm sorry. Right here you can see that. Definitely would be great for cutting boxes and stuff like that. A nice pinch grip all day long. This is definitely a little kind of a user workhorse type of knife. It is stone-washed finish right there. You can see this has definitely been used. It's got some scratches, but hidden well from the stone-wash finish, which I like. Relatively thick. We're going to do some measurements here in just a second. It has a... well, we call it a back spacer, but it's basically two parts of the scale coming together, so it's like just a scale meeting there, but it is technically what you would call a back spacer area. It opens with a single button. That's the way it deploys. It closes by depressing the button and pushing it closed. So you could probably do it one-handed. This one is relatively easy. It doesn't catch your finger like some of the other knives that catch you when you try to go past there, which is kind of unfortunate, but a pretty cool little knife for sure. So yeah, like that. I like that a lot. All right, how does it open? It opens with the button. It closes with the button, which I think is pretty stellar. The blade itself is sort of a reverse Tonto sheep's foot. You can call it, we call it modified, right? It's got a little belly, got a little angle, but it is square corners, so I kind of throw that into a reverse Tonto modified sheep's foot. I don't know if I'd call it a Warncliffe, definitely be between a reverse Tonto and a sheep's foot as far as I'm concerned, modified. All right, we talked about closing and opening. We talked about the blade. Blade is a flat grind. It comes up here. It comes down to a relatively decent thin edge. It's not super thin, slicey. This long edge is definitely going to increase to the cutting performance of this knife for sure. This is basically a re-apexed edge. Typically, they don't come with that type of edge when you first get them, but that's definitely one way to get more slicing power out of the knife. All right, let's do some measurements. So this knife here is not going to be much. I think we're looking at a knife that's relatively light for the size. 2.2 ounces, which is a great light carry, right? 2.2 ounces is not definitely heavy at all. So, not bad, not bad. Let's talk about the overall measurements of this knife. It is a small knife. Let's make no bones about it. It's definitely short. So it's a 5 1/8 of an inch, 5 1/8 inch total. Your gripping area is going to be just under 3 inches. You might be able to get about 3 inches in there total. I have large hands with big meaty fingers. If I choke up, I might get 3.5 fingers on there before I get kind of close to the choil area. Comfortably would be right around here, which is basically a 3-finger grip. This last one might get in here, but if you have extra large hands with regular size fingers, this is going to be a grip. Double extra large hands with thinner fingers, this will be about your grip. Anything bigger, you're going to be out here. You're definitely going to be getting close to the 2.5 fingers. That might definitely be too small for a lot of folks. All right, so let's look at the blade length. from the tip to the back, it's under 2 inches. It's I would say it's 1 7/8 of an inch. The overall cutting length here is going to be 1 7/8 of an inch. So relatively small, 1 7/8. Not a big blade at all. Look at the blade stock thickness. I think we're looking at 120 thousandths. It looks like it's going to be around there, maybe a little bit more, but we'll see. Oh, I'm completely wrong. It seems bigger because of the size of the knife. It's 110,000, maybe 100, yeah, about 110 thousandths of an inch. So we're looking at 110 thousandths of an inch, which is about 1/10 of an inch. It's not super thin. There's much thinner, slicier blades than that, but it's not super thin. So, not bad at all. All right, what's the category of this? Is it a budget knife? No, it's not a budget knife, but it definitely is going to be in a regular budget category. I know when I last saw these, you could get some between, I thought, 150, 165 to a little bit more if you got the Magna Cut and you got them textured. So some can be a little more, a little less. Definitely going to be in a regular category. They're all variants, different prices. This is the 20 CV. I don't know if they still make the 20 CV. I haven't seen it for a while. Everything has been Magna Cut in this guy, or 154 CM, and that might be a little bit cheaper as well. So there you go. It's a good price. I mean, you're getting an automatic, really well USA made knife. Anything under 200 bucks, that's a deal. I mean, it's a small knife, definitely meant to be a small kind of portable knife. Is this purpose EDC hard use collection piece? Well, absolutely great for EDC, I would say. I mean, this is a great small size. Could be EDC in California where it's actually legal, under 2 inches. So that's the positive there. Is it hard use? Hard use as you can with an automatic button lock. Just be careful with that. Know that there are limitations in what you can do with the knife because it's automatic and it is a button lock, and if you depress it, you might disengage. But it does have a tendency that if I depress it and I do that, it does go back to where it needs to, right? So it's got a good spring. It's definitely going to go back. It's not going to close like a slip joint, close on your hands or anything. So there is that. Is it a collection piece? I guess if you like to collect Pro-Tech, I only consider budget and super budget knives not collection pieces, so that's where I kind of stand. Absolutely could be a collection piece, but it'd be like a collection user piece as far as I'm concerned. Everything is a collection user piece for me, but this could be a hard use, for what you're doing in the house boxes. Could be a really great box cutter, you're working around, things like that. I think that would be very reasonable. All right, overall ergos and feel, overall design, handle. Handle is nicely chamfered all the way around, aluminum. It's got some texturing there, chamfered there. There's no hot spots anywhere, even in the hole here. Sometimes, Pro-Tech has been notorious for little edges and little sharpiness, which is kind of uncomfortable. You can see this has definitely been used, kind of been banged into different things as open and close. It probably was in the pocket hitting something. But definitely could be something that you could work with because of the comfort. It's nicely chamfered. You're not going to have any hot spots. This is rounded. So even for 3 fingers, you're relatively well placed here, and you've got a nice flat place there to push on the knife and everything. Locks in place, and it's kind of hard to depress that lock. It is recessed in a little bit. I have to go out of my way to push into it and then close it, but the tendency is to go open back up. So yeah, that's nice. That's nice for gripping texture. There is a lanyard loop. There is texturing, but there's no jimping on there, so that's kind of cool. No texturing here. You can get some of these with texture, so that's kind of something to think about. You could replace this with a Lynch Northwest titanium clip if you're not a steel clip fan. I'm not, because I tend to bend them, so I usually go try to do that. Overall feel of this knife. For a small knife, it feels relatively nice. It really does. Now, this is a small knife. You got to want to carry a small knife. Either you got super, super small hands, and this is perfect, or you like carrying really small knives. Use something you might keep in a backpack, keep at your desk, whatever. This could be nice to open boxes, what have you, in the car, whatever. This could be definitely, and so you got to make sure you close it all the way, because see how strong that is? You can cut yourself if you're not careful, right? So always got to be careful with an automatic like that. But that is something that I think, overall feel is nice. Solid open, solid lock when it closes. That's good. All right, fidget factor. What is this? It's an automatic. Sometimes automatics are just fun to open and close. Be careful. Don't poke yourself, right? Make sure you get close and close it like that, or close it with one hand where you're close and you're doing that. If you do this, make sure you're close. Don't be down here moving around, because this is such a short blade, you could slip off like I just did and almost poke myself, right? So there you go. I mean, relatively, if you know what you're doing and you use it regularly, it's a safe blade, right? So the fidget factor for me, open and close, it's nice, it's solid, it's got a strong thrust when it opens up. I would say the presentation for a small knife is relatively good for the 3 fingers. I like that. I've got a little place to hold back there so it's not going to slip in. I definitely have a little channel here so I can hold my finger so my hand's not slipping up over the blade. All that feels good. It's got a little jimping here. If I'm cutting, I'm not going to slip out of that. That definitely has some functionality there. It's not super aggressive. I mean, it could be a little more, but it works. It works for a small knife. So I'm going to give the fidget factor of this one a 2.5. This is going to get a 2.5 as an automatic. It's definitely better than the slip joint, better than the fixed blade. Fixed blade gets a 1. Maybe I'll give it a 1.5 and give it a 2. But this is definitely a 2.5, so I'll give it a 3. 3 overall for the automatic, the way it works. It's nice and solid, open, close, button, access, everything great. What is the fidgety goodness for an automatic? For a little guy, this is solid. This is absolutely solid. I like it. I like it. If this was a textured, it would give me 100%. And, you know, if I was going to buy one of these, I'd get definitely with the texture. I like texture. It feels more secure in my hand, especially with something this strong and automatic, because if I wanted to open it left-handed over here without the texture, I got to make sure I hold on to the edge there, right? I don't want it to slip out of the hand. Soft, it could really kick out, and this could slide out without a clip, right? So I would prefer texture, but being this is without texture, so take it with a caveat. Texture, I'd give it 100%. Without the texture, I'm going to give it a 95, 96. It'll be a solid A. Definitely closer to A+, but a solid A, 96. I think a little texture would just be a little nicer. Definitely, for sure. Okay. All right. Is it recommended? Yeah, most Pro-Techs are. And this one is too. It's a great small knife. If you're looking for something small, portable, compact, that's smaller than the regular EDC, I mean, here's Spyderco. Spyderco even has like a little native that's we're talking about, you know, in the same category. I mean, the little native is actually way bigger than the Runt. So, I mean, and this is considered a small knife as well. And this one has a full 4-finger grip. So it's a little different, right? But still, this is a great small knife if you're looking for something to carry, something to keep in your backpack, something to keep it work, something to keep in your pocket when you open knives. This is just, it's nice. And you can not worry-free in California because it's a small under 2-inch blade. So there you go. There's that benefit there, especially crossing into California if you like carrying automatics, and it's easy and convenient, especially if you're, you know, trying to do one-handed sort of use. It's nice to be able to open that quickly so you can get ready to cut boxes, and then you can close it one-handed. Relatively simple. So yeah, recommend it. Nice knife. What are your thoughts? Do you have one of these? Let me know what you think about this one. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your impressions of the knife, how you use it. Is it something that you would actually have in your collection? Is it something you use currently? Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. Would definitely love to hear about that. I think it's a pretty cool knife. I wanted to check it out. I wanted to see, you know, is this Runt kind of, everyone talks about it, and it's nice. It's nice. It's definitely something that I might want to get at some point, but I don't know. It's really small, so I have to have a real kind of purpose for it if I get it. And I might have a purpose for it down the road, but not right now. But definitely excited to have checked it out so that I no longer have that like, ooh, should I buy it, should I buy it? Now I know what, if I want to buy it, exactly what I want to buy it for, which is cool. And hopefully I've helped you make that decision as well, right? If you're looking for a small, compact, little automatic, this is great. It's solid. This is a real banger. Really good, really good. Just not right now for where I'm at with my collection. I just don't have the space, the capacity, the funds for it. So it's not that, you know, that's just where I'm at right now. I could change in a week, in a month, whatever. It always does. So, all right. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, would you please consider hitting the like down below, the like button? And if you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel as we produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who enjoys the videos, who's part of the content, who leaves comments, who subscribes, who's part of the live stream, who's just part of the community. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so very much. If you haven't already, hit that notification button down there as well. That way you can be notified of future content like this video and other content. And also a big shout out, thank you to all my channel members. You encourage me when I need the encouragement, and you allow me to do things way sooner than I ever thought I'd be able to do. So thank you to the channel members. As a special way for me to say thank you, I do 2 exclusive things for channel members. One, I do a once a month members exclusive giveaway, usually something a little better than the budget banger that I try to give away every week. And then, so it's a nicer knife. Definitely something to show my appreciation. You've been so nice to me with the memberships. I want to be nice back to you, as long as I can. As long as you know, with your kindness with the memberships, I want to be kind back and buy something really worthwhile for you guys. Also, I like to give out channel members, brand new channel members, or anybody who's a channel member currently, a channel member, and has never gotten a channel member sticker. Email me with your name and address. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. It's my way to say thank you and to show my appreciation. Also, if any of that sounds interesting, you're curious and said, oh, I'd be interested in that, well, check the link down below in the description. There is a link that'll allow you to become a member. There's 3 different tiers. I'd love to have you. I'd be honored. But please don't ever feel obligated. Only do it if you want to. Or if someone gives you a membership, I'm honored by any of those. So just know that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, big thank you to everyone watching the video. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at Robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at Robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week.